So I was watching a YouTube video by the Cartesian Theist. Yeah, the Cartesian Theist. And he was having some kind of a discussion, argument, debate, whatever, with an atheist. And although the topic of the debate, or the topic of this discussion, was supposed to be the Bible, whether or not the Bible supports rape or promotes rape or whatever, the Cartesian Theist started off by asking whether or not the atheist thinks that rape is objectively wrong. And he was uncomfortable answering this question. He did at one point say rape is wrong, but by trying to frame it as an objectively wrong thing, the Cartesian Theist is playing a game of equivocation. And I don't know if he's aware of the fact that he's playing these equivocation games, but that's what he was doing. Because you can't ask that question. There's no such thing as an objective moral. And the argument that he used, the argument or the example that he used was whether or not 2 and 2 equals 5. Is that objectively wrong? Or whether or not the statement that the sun is the center of the solar system, whether or not that's objectively wrong. In both cases, those are objectively wrong, but the word wrong is a synonym in that case for incorrect. So it's incorrect to say 2 and 2 is 5, and it's incorrect to say that the sun is, or the earth is the center of the solar system. So then, is it incorrect to say that rape is wrong? Or, sorry, is rape incorrect? And that doesn't make any sense. What do you mean, is rape incorrect? That question is nonsense. You could say somebody was attacked. Were they raped? Or they were raped. Is that a correct answer? And yes or no, that may or may not have been what happened to them. But whether or not it's right or wrong, that's not how it works. You can say that rape is objectively harmful. It actually, it very definitely is harmful. Is it permissible to harm people? Well, I'm a humanist, and according to the humanistic mindset or the humanistic philosophy, no, it's not permissible to harm people, so rape is wrong in that sense. But you can't say it's objectively wrong, because just like you can't say 2 and 2, like it's not the same question as is 2 and 2 5. And I don't know what this Cartesian Theist was hoping to achieve by this fallacious line of questioning, but he's, I guess, trying to undercut the atheist before they even got to the questions of whether or not the Bible supported rape. The other thing is the argument that was used to support rape was the bit in the Bible where if a man is caught having sex with a unmarried and unbetrothed virgin, he's got to give the father 50 shekels and marry her. And this was, I don't really feel like this is necessarily an argument in favor of rape. It doesn't really imply that the guy who necessarily raped her, just that he had sex with her. Maybe she was into it. It's not really all that clear. What is clear, and what is a much more damning, I think, justification of rape, is the parts where the Israelites are commanded to go and go to this other town and kill all the men and all the women who have known men, but keep the young women or young girls who have not known men for themselves. That's rape slave, that's sex slaves. That's in favor of rape. And they didn't bring that up. Also, there's no commandment against rape. There's commandments against murder, against lying, against stealing, but there's no commandment against rape. So the Bible doesn't have a commandment against rape, and it has commandments against murder, so you can't say that we just know that you can't rape, because we should just know that you can't murder. Another thing that people often bring up is rape is always wrong. Not that I think rape is right, but people will say rape is always wrong, but sometimes it's okay to kill people. So rape is always wrong, but killing is sometimes okay. I think that if you were to ask a girl, or a guy, because guys can get raped too, if you were to ask them, what would you prefer, death or rape? I think just about all of them would prefer rape to death. And in fact, we see cases where, well, there's lots of people who get raped and do not commit suicide. Now, there's a recent case of a girl, I'm sorry, I forget her name, but it's all in the news. She committed suicide recently because she was bullied. Now, she committed rape, she didn't commit rape. Somebody raped her, like these 4 guys gang raped her. And she made a video afterwards talking about this. And I'm not going to say that she was fine, but she did not seem suicidal. But after she getting bullied and mocked, and her pictures are sent all over the place, and she's basically being harassed endlessly, that drove her to suicide. So apparently, harassment is worse than both death and rape. But rape probably isn't, well, it's demonstrably not as bad as death, because girls don't kill themselves before or after the rape. And guys don't either. And yet, theists will argue that there's times when killing is fine, even though it says thou shalt not commit murder in the Bible. Killing is still fine. But rape is not considered fine, even though there's no commandment against it. There's in fact a rule for it. And yeah.